Hi, I'm Pat Fiume. I've been a realtor for over 30 years. I'm a host of the American Dream Show. Welcome to my show, Is This for Real Estate? Welcome back. We're here with Karen Casey. She's a manager and realtor at RE/MAX Preferred at the Mullica Hill office. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody.
So, how did you get your start in real estate?
Actually, I started in 2008. I wanted to do something that I would have a little bit more flexibility because I had young children at home, and I decided to go ahead and go to school for it. So I got my license in 2008. I actually did it part-time a little bit because I was very heavily involved in my kids' school and everything. But I'm the type of person who always likes to learn, and I wanted to do something where I could make a difference in people's lives. And I thought this was a great place for me to find that and have that kind of control. Again, I only did it very briefly, part-time, and then I got very involved in my children's school. Then in 2015, I came in full-time, and I've been full-time ever since. I kind of worked my way up ever slowly. Even though I was licensed, I started out as an assistant so that I could understand every part of the business, the paperwork and all that, because unfortunately, you know, our industry has a reputation of something that a bored housewife can do and it's very easy, but it's really not. It's very complicated, and there's a lot of pitfalls and there's a lot of risk for people that don't have a realtor looking out for them. You think you're going to do a for sale by owner or go make an offer on your own, and yeah, you can do that, but you kind of don't know what you don't know. So I worked my way up through the ranks. I became an office manager, then a client services manager, then a broker of record. And recently, last year, I moved over here to RE/MAX Preferred. Then I became broker of record of my last franchise I worked with. And I was just ready to go into the next step. And I wanted to be with the best agents. And RE/MAX agents really are the best. Yeah. Just like a sports, you want to play with Michael Jordan, right?
Right.
You want to be standing next to Tom Brady. I wanted to be with the best agents. So I came to RE/MAX. Coming here to RE/MAX Preferred was one of the best decisions I've ever made. There are 7 offices, a title company. I'm working with the best agents, to me, in the world, the RE/MAX agents. But locally, we have so much skill and such a sharing environment, a lot of talent, and you can ask anybody at this company in any office anything, and they will help you. And if they don't help you, they'll say, "Oh, I can't help you, but call this person or call the next person." There's always someone there that's willing to help you learn. They never make you feel like, "Why don't you already know this?"
Exactly.
So I decided to make the leap over here. So right now I am director of business development, and I help with all 7 of the offices.
Oh, wow.
And I enjoy it. I really do.
I always enjoy seeing you. You have a great personality, very bubbly.
And I tend to keep a smile on my face. I try not to sweat the little things, and as they say, they're all little things. Every day that we're here, we're blessed and we're lucky. So I try to keep that in perspective, and being able to keep positive and calm has been a benefit for my clients, which now my clients are the realtors.
Right.
It used to be the buyers or sellers, and you grow. So, as long as I'm staying calm, I can help them stay calm, and we haven't come across a problem we haven't collectively been able to solve for one of our clients, and that's a great feeling.
It is, and I know
really
you
like
do go out of your way to help people. I mean, you're always, I had something going on, you're like, "Are you okay?" It's like, you're always there.
Yeah, it's really important to me that the people that I work with know that I'm a resource. Whether you're working directly with me in my office or you're in one of the other offices, it doesn't matter. I'm always going to be a resource. I really care that the agents that work for RE/MAX Preferred are successful. Whatever success looks like for their agent, because we all want something different. Some people want to make a lot of money, some people want to have freedom, some people just want to learn something new. So I love to learn about a person and figure out what success looks like for them. Then how do I help them get there?
Right.
So that's my get. It's more important to me when I see somebody grow.
Right.
That is huge.
It's
for me.
amazing to watch.
Yes, it really is.
Sometimes just a transformation from just barely making it to all of a sudden they're doing fantastic.
Yeah, someone you push them a little bit out of their comfort level, and they do it, and they think they can't, and then when you see the light bulb and you realize, wait, I really can do this. I
yeah.
can do this. I'm good at this job.
Yeah.
And I think there's a reason that we all gravitated to the same type of company. It's all type of people that really care about the people they're working with and want to see them succeed. You want to make sure that buyer's in the right house, not just the one they can afford, but the one that they should be at. If you're a client here, you're a client for life.
Absolutely, and that's the way it should be, you know, and especially your past clients are your biggest resource.
Absolutely.
But, and I think RE/MAX agents always have a lot more experience, they're more trained, they're more seasoned. And then we have some amazing training programs here. You know, they have the Buffini program for anybody that's struggling or anybody just wants a refresher or just to do something.
Max Tech is amazing, right? There's so many resources there. So I'm constantly able to learn about something new. If there's any subject related to real estate, you can find classes, documents, videos on that subject. So you can constantly be learning something new. If that's the type of thing you want to do, or if you want a niche, RE/MAX is going to help you get there.
Right.
RE/MAX is going to help you get there. Like we all know the balloon, right?
Yeah. So what advice would you give to anybody who wants to go into real estate or come to RE/MAX in general?
I think know your why. I think, and that could be anything. Know your why. Why do you want to get into real estate? What it is about real estate that attracted you in the first place? Because when you know your why, you can kind of pick a niche that works for you. And when you're passionate about something and you care about something, it's going to come across to the people that you work with. Right. So knowing your why, and then once you know your why, look for the resources that are going to get you here.
Right.
You know, it's just renowned training. They are the best agents for a reason. It's constantly being updated. It's constantly being involved. So get you comfortable with the idea of change.
Exactly.
Because things are constantly changing, and RE/MAX is always forefront of the newest technology, the newest processes, even down to the newest loans.
And they were the trendsetter for this type of agency. Because when I came to RE/MAX, it was actually the first RE/MAX was only in Cherry Hill, where I'm at. And I think I was in the number 20s as a RE/MAX agent. I was terrified. And I was at a company that I loved, and then they sold it, and it went downhill very fast. And all the women who treated me like a mother that were like 30 years older than me, they're all going, it's going to be the next biggest thing. Like they were all with the other offices around the Richard offices, but they're saying, you have 30 years left in this business, go to RE/MAX. If we were your age, we would go. And it's the best decision I ever made. I am so happy. And now, we started with Richard, and now, he sold to Randell, which has actually been very huge. And he has a lot of knowledge, and I think Randell is very good at helping you troubleshoot or talk through things. I know I've had issues where I think it's the end of the world, something's going on, and he's like, sit down, and he's very good at support.
Randell has a plethora of experience, not just in real estate, but right here on the ground where we are doing business. Not just the concept, but the actual boots on the ground knowledge. I had somebody describe Randell as playing chess all the time, but his chessboard is 4D. And it's true, he does see the next step, and he's able to explain it in such an easy manner that's very understanding.
Right.
He's very calm and level and fair-minded. So when I'm like, he's like calm, it brings me, everything's going to be okay.
Well, he's talking
have that kind of support. And just as general, if I had a bonus for every agent that I spoke to within RE/MAX Preferred that said, well, Randell told me I should do this, and I thought it was nuts, and he pushed me towards it. It was the best thing I ever did. He's very good at putting the right person in the right seat and saying, this is what you are good at. And then helping you get the education to make that a reality.
Well, it's funny because I've been doing the American Dream Show, which is, and I got the email in August of last year, and he's been telling me since COVID. I put a couple videos up, and they went crazy. I was on RBN TV a couple of times. I was on Eagles Radio Network when I had my new construction, and he's like, Pat, you gotta do more videos. I'm like, I don't want to do videos. He goes, go outside your comfort box. And then I found this email. It was like Labor Day weekend. My husband and I went down. We were down the shore. And I was cleaning out my emails on a Friday, and I said, what's this email? It's about TV. And I'm like, oh my God, Randell, listen to this. And he goes, okay, well, Google, are they for real? I'm like, I don't know. I was just going to delete the email. He goes, well, Google. And I Googled, and I was like, they're for real. They really are a show. He goes, well, when say yes. I said, oh, I don't know. He goes, just say yes. You don't have to go, just say yes. So he pushed me to even, I was gonna delete the email. Then I got asked for an audition, and I wasn't even gonna go. And he's like, go, you gotta go, you know. Then when I got it, I was like, I don't know how I want to do this. He's like, there was something I was supposed to do and I didn't do before I met with the owner of the show on the Monday after I got it. This was like 2 weeks later. And Randall called me to see where my head was at, you know, because he knew I was going to be talking to this guy at like 3 o'clock, and it was California time, 6 o'clock. And I'm like, he goes, do you have everything done that you're supposed to do? I said, well, I was supposed to post that I was a host, but I didn't do it yet because I went to talk to him first. He's like, Pat, you're talking to the owner of the show and you didn't do that? When was this? I said, Wednesday, and this is now Tuesday, like a week, not 7 days later almost. He's like, hang up the phone and post it now. I'm like, but I want to talk. Hang up the phone and post it now, right now. So, you know, and it's really made me blossom as a person, but even as an agent, you know, this company. Like, I've been doing this a long time, you know, and I just feel like even the last few years, I just have grown so much because of him pushing me outside my comfort box. You know, and Remax kind of does that subtly, and then sometimes they do it more. Like with this, and now I even, like Randall kept saying, you gotta do more videos, you should be doing videos, you're a natural, which I don't feel like I'm a natural, but everybody says I am. But, you know, and it's really not my comfort zone, but it has become it now, because he saw something in me that I didn't see.
Sometimes someone sees something within us that we don't always recognize in ourselves, and he's very good at that.
Exactly, I was like really surprised.
Well, just because something's hard doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, right?
Exactly, and that's the whole thing. Then I keep thinking, well, you know, every time I have something negative, he's like, just keep doing it, you know. And he's really good at encouraging you and pushing you and coaching you to do things that he knows you can do. I don't think he would push somebody to do something they can't.
No, he's very good. He really does understand what an individual person's talent is. It's another one of the reasons I like being here. Is I've been in other agencies where, you know, when say I'm recruiting, everything's the same for each person. Randall does not do that. Each person comes in, you're never a number, you're a person, and he wants to know what your goals are. And then how can we get this person to that goal? Right. That individual thinking, the care he takes in making sure that you are successful. Exactly. It's not like anybody I've met before. It reminds me, I went to a Remax convention this year, was Remax's 50th anniversary. So I went to the R4 convention, and Nick Bailey, the CEO, he said something that really stuck with me. It's so simple of a concept, but it has really stuck with me because it's just so true. Right. And he said, consistency is undefeated. Right. So whatever you do consistently in life is going to give you consistent results. Exactly. And that could be said about anything, even negative things. If you consistently eat a lot of sugar, your teeth are going to rot out of your mouth. If you consistently exercise, you're going to be a little healthier. So anything you consistently do, and I have to say that Randall's one of the most consistent person I've ever met. He's always there. He's always calm. He's always has the knowledge. And if he doesn't have the knowledge, he'll get it. And it's amazing, and I've learned so much in the 9 months I've been here. I'm so excited to be here. I love working with everybody, and like I said, I wanted to be with the best of the best. And if you want to work with the best people so that you can up your game, you need to be at a Remax.
You need to be where the best people are. Yeah. So you've been doing this a long time. Do you have any funny stories related to real estate that you tell at a cocktail party? I was going to ask people at the end to tell me funny stories. Oh my God, so many. I don't know how like
to
you can tell a couple if you want.
I don't know which one to pick. I don't know how funny or I've had some shocking stories. You know, I had a client at a closing table that you know, they run through title and they come up, and there was you know, child support, and it's awful. You could have a name Smith, it's 50 pages. It's not even you. So we're going through not me, and then there was the last one, and he didn't initial, and he pushed it back across the table. I'm like, oh, you didn't initial that. I'm just like, well, I can't initial that. And his wife said, well, what do you mean that's not you? You don't have any children.
You are the father.
Oh,
and I looked at him, and he looked at me, and I looked to the title girl. I said, let's exit the room. Who's going to give them a minute? And I'm like, you tell her. He had a child that the wife didn't even know, and she found out at the closing table.
Oh my God.
Talk about awkward. Yeah. So we've had a few of those, you know, near misses.
At my very first closing ever, with my first buyer ever, I'll never, it was at Bagley in Morristown. And this is 20 some years ago, no, 30 some years ago. And I'm sitting at the table, same thing, they're filling out the affidavit of title. And they said about you never being married before, for giving your marital history. And we did the paperwork, and the husband tapped me and she goes, "Can I talk to you in the hallway?" I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "I have 5 wives that my wife doesn't know about. I've been married 5 times, and I don't want to lie on this piece of paper." And I'm like, "Okay, this is my first son." And I'm like, So he goes back, and I said, "Stay here," and I go to the title clerk. So she comes out in the hall, and I said, "You tell her." He goes, "I've been married 5 times and my wife doesn't know, and I don't want her to know about it. And I don't want to lie on this form." She goes, "Okay, come back after closing and we'll correct it." I was like horrified.
My first buyer in Mullica Hill,
Yeah.
it was a husband and wife. They came through. Second time they went through the house, they decided they're going to put an offer in, and then the wife's like, "Well, what if Kiki doesn't like it? What if Kiki doesn't like it?" And the husband's like, "Kiki will be fine. It'll be fine. You know, she's not going to like moving anyway. You know, she doesn't get to make these decisions." And I said, "Well, why don't you bring Kiki through? You want to be all happy." I'm expecting Kiki to be a kid and your mother-in-law.
Oh, no.
Kiki was a dog.
Okay, I was good.
Kiki was a Shih Tzu.
Oh, that's funny.
So when she showed up the next day with the gentleman with the Shih Tzu in her hand, I'm like, "You can't bring your dog into this person's house. I did not get clearance for that. I need to make a phone call to the agent." And I said, I thought Kiki was coming. And she says, "This is Kiki." And it was a little Shih Tzu. And guess what? I had to walk through, and she had to let the dog sniff all the rooms and determine if the dogs liked the house before they put the offer.
Did they buy the house?
Yes! Can you like it?
Yeah. All right, well, thank you for being
Thank
with
you
us
so much
today.
for having me. This was not near as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was so nerve-wracking to be on film. All right, thank you so much. It's so good to see
You
you.
never know. Well, thank you.
Yeah.